of 10 Cats, Dancing Queen, Jodie Kidd, Return of the Mac, Michael McIntyre, and their team captain, Jason Manford. And facing them tonight, West Country Bumpkin, Russell Howard. Oh, say can you see, Rich Hall. And their team captain, John Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Excellent. Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, a newborn kangaroo is just 1 inch in length? So if you're having them as a starter, I'd order a dozen. 13% of Brits exercise with a work colleague once a week. And I think you know what I mean by exercise. Things like aerobics, weight training, swimming, that sort of thing. 32% of women think they'll be left on the shelf once all their friends settle down. Yes, that's right. And on average, £150 million worth of books are stolen from libraries every year. But librarians are trying to keep it quiet. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. Sean's team, what do you think people have been talking about this week?
It's probably the momentous and historic victory by...
Oh, don't tell me. I've taped it.
Right. No, Obama has won a historic victory and he's the president-elect of America.
I think it was such a historic victory that I actually start to feel a little sorry for Bush because he is what they call a lame duck now, which means that Dick Cheney gets to shoot him in the face.
I'm very happy about Obama's victory. Change we need was their slogan. It's quite vague. I can't help but think they stole that from the homeless. Don't you agree? There are homeless people thinking, I wrote that, the thieving bastard. I knew John McCain wouldn't win when he kept doing that. Who does the halfway thumbs? No. Even he doesn't believe in himself. We can do it. Well, it was... I don't believe we can do it.
If I thought he'd lost the election was when he got Arnold Schwarzenegger up to sort of support him. And the only criticism that Schwarzenegger could come up with for Obama was he said he's got spindly legs and he's really scrawny. Do you think, hold on a sec, Arnie, you know, take a look in the mirror. Obama's not scrawny, you're a freak.
We need to keep Obama thin so it gives snipers less to aim at, surely. You know what I mean? Just keep him like that. But he also said that McCain was ripped and that he looked like a rock. And you're like, no, he doesn't. He looks like someone sprinkled icing sugar over a ball bag. That's what he looks like. That's exactly what he looks like.
Russell, can I stop you there? Can I ask how you know that?
Jimmy.
That's how he lost his job at Greg's.
Absolutely.
There's one last barrier, though. I mean, the first African-American president, right, the next barrier to go through is obviously the first Native American president, isn't it? Like a proper, you know, Cherokee or something, have a president who becomes the president and then says, right, a lot of you out. I want my country back.
Jodie, did you stay up and watch it?
I didn't, no. Unfortunately, I need every hour. I was great, actually. I'm just catching up on the news because all I'm surrounded with is sequins and glitter.
So when we were talking about elections and voting, you were thinking it's Strictly Come Dancing.
Do you think Sarah Palin was responsible for his failure, McCain's failure?
No, I think she probably helped him.
She couldn't be any more right-wing unless she had a gun in one hand, a baby in another, and was stood on a mound of dead gays. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think anything's going to change in America?
I hope so. That seems to be the big message. That's what everybody's clinging to, this symbolism. But in fact, the man has inherited a shit situation. And in the sense of where America is, it's a shit sandwich. But it's our choice of brown or white bread this time, and we chose brown.
That I keep running up to black people and going, what a day!
That's wrong, but it comes from a lovely place. Let's have a look and see if the US election is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, it is. 74% of people. Yes, Barack Obama is the new US president. With his conviction politics, charisma and good looks, they're already calling him the Black John Major. Sarah Palin now faces perhaps the most difficult choice of her political career. Just how far can she fuck off? OK, Jason's team, what else have the nation been talking about?
What do you fancy?
Oh, I know! Lewis Hamilton won the Formula One World Championships. It was a thrilling last lap. There was weather, there was rain, there was someone called Glock, and then... it was amazing. And then Ferrari thought they won, and then Lewis won, and it's a momentous day. He's the first black winner of Formula One. Is it wrong that I keep rushing up to black people in cars going, "What away?"
It is a very good week for slightly black people.
Do you think that...
It is, isn't it? Go on, so tell me more about Lewis Hamilton.
I felt a bit cheated.
You felt cheated? You weren't in the race?
No, yeah.
What, because there was no dancing? How were you cheated?
No, I just thought that he was in sixth and he wasn't fast enough. But suddenly Glock, who is actually a buddy of his...
Because he slowed down and then he overtook him to get in the fifth place. I think F1 is piss boring. The last 30 seconds is brilliant. The first 30 seconds is brilliant.
It's like sex.
And then it's an hour and a half.
The last 30 seconds, first 30 seconds, absolutely marvellous. The bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh. Although with me, that's only 10 seconds.
But does one of your mates slow down so you can catch up?
I'm one of those people, I don't really like Formula One, and I tend not to really like people who like Formula One. If I meet someone they like Formula One, I don't know, we just don't seem to get on. You know, in fact, what I do now is I meet someone, I just go, meow. And if their eyes light up, I'll go, yeah, I'll see you later, mate. We just don't connect. I don't connect with people who like Formula One. I don't really get it. I'd get as much pleasure if you put two washing machines side by side, put them on the same cycle, see which one finished first.
Let's have a look and see if Lewis Hamilton is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Lewis Hamilton has become the youngest ever winner of the Formula One Championship. He won the title in true British style by coming fifth. With his good looks and sporting success, Lewis Hamilton is just like David Beckham, except Lewis Hamilton has got a sexy pop star girlfriend. Sean, Rich, Russell, what else have the nation been talking about?
Jeremy Clarkson's come through with a cracking truckers murdering prostitute joke. He's done a joke about the fact that lorry drivers spend any spare moment they've got murdering prostitutes. But the thing is, it's gone out before the watershed. It's gone out at 8:30 at night, and the BBC had a load more complaints in the wake of the Jonathan Ross Russell Bland thing. This is the last thing the BBC needs. Oh, blimey. I think what they should do, right, scrap the licence fee. The way they should fund the BBC is their complaints number should be a premium rate phone line. Just absolute filth on the BBC all day long. And they just get so many complaints, we don't need a licence fee. John Cotton just, like, stabbing someone in the eye.
It's not just truck drivers that have been offended by it. There's, I mean, I didn't see the original recording. I still put a complaint in. But...
tradition now, yeah.
Yeah.
Jodie, you know Clarkson.
Yeah, I do.
It's kind of
I think it's a bit, you know, people are jumping on the bandwagon after...
Jumping on the bandwagon? What, and all trying to kill a prostitute?
Well, no.
Top Gear. It's such a macho show. It does need some feminine input. This time of year in autumn, it's surprised they don't grow antlers and start rutting each other. It's so competitive. Why don't they have a lady in Top Gear? Why do they? Is it just so blokey?
Jodie's been on Top Gear.
I've been on as a guest.
Yeah,
Well, not as a car.
Not as a
How did you do on the old circuit?
I was top, and I think you beat me, didn't you?
Oh. Yep.
I have the record for doing the whole thing in third gear. Just put it in third and rip the shit out of it.
I did it in a shopping trolley with loads of cans. It was quite late at night. They'd all gone home.
OK, let's see if Jeremy Clarkson's one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the story. Jeremy Clarkson got into trouble for suggesting all lorry drivers murder prostitutes. I tell you what, 99% of lorry drivers give the other 1% a bad name. OK, Jason, Michael and Jodie, what else have the nation been talking about?
Is it Donald Trump and his £1 billion golf resort up in swanky Scotland? Yeah. He's decided right over an area of.
Why would you say swanky Scotland?
just it's Scotland, isn't it?
Like you're in a game show. You and a friend can go to swanky Scotland.
I don't think you should try to ruin the uniform greyness of Aberdeen with a green fairway.
It is. It's a granite city.
Grey.
It is grey, yeah.
I met a colourblind man once. Aberdeen. Took him out of town and cured him.
I don't think that he should build this golf course and he should go away.
Yeah. Rich, what do you think?
I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like the cut of his jib. I don't like anything about him. I don't like the way he walks. I don't like the way he talks. I particularly don't like whatever the hell he's got on top of his head. It looks like someone's dropped a jumper on it.
But that's what's
It looks like someone's just dropped a jumper's just gone plop on his head, and he's gone, I'll take anything I can get.
Mark Twain said, golf is a good walk spoiled, right, which I think shows how far we've come, doesn't it? Because now a good walk spoiled is being stabbed by a hoodie, isn't it? Oh.
Right, let's have a look and see whether this is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Donald Trump's Scottish golf resort has been approved. Trump has had a hand in designing the golf course. It's quite unusual. The long grass at the side is combed over the fairway. Fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get. What else are we talking about? Jason.
Is it this old fella, this 84-year-old pensioner who attacked these armed robbers? It's an amazing picture of him just attacking. They were trying to get into an Ernest Jones.
Yeah, I've got the picture. There he is. You can see the guy there on the left.
What, the Jedi?
I think you'll find that's a Sith Lord. I think he's just telling that bloke, if you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I think what he did is he took the balaclava off, didn't he? So that, you know, they could see his faces. And I think they were so shocked that this old dude came running up to him and ripped off their balaclavas that they kind of just went and just legged it.
I would imagine the only reason he's ripped the balaclava off is because he can't afford to pay his heating bill. Thinking I'll have that.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Why are they breaking the window when the door is open?
Right, let's have a look and see whether this Have a Go hero is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the story of pensioner William Grove, who foiled a robbery. The pensioner gave the robber a taste of his own medicine, some ointment for his ulcer and painkillers for his hip. That's our top 5 for this week. In other news, Welsh opera singer Catherine Jenkins has admitted taking drugs. She used to get high, and then low, and then high again, and really loud at the end. Gordon Brown visited Saudi Arabia this week to ask for economic aid. Unfortunately, Gordon Brown only has one eye, which over there means he stole a dog. In sporting news, England lost the Stanford 2020 cricket match. I love cricket, but I wouldn't want to play it, or watch it, or ever hear it mentioned again. So at the end of that round, Sean, Russell and Rich have 2 points, Jason, Jodie and Michael have 3 points. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Jason, Jodie and Michael, your turn to choose first. What do you like the look of?
Should we go with the vicar?
You've chosen the vicar. Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate the statistic.
I command, in the name of the Father, and of the Son...
Ken Mallin is 23. He's done many jobs and is convinced his failure to make money out of any of them was due to the malign influences of the devil rather than his own shortcomings.
May depart, beat down Satan under our feet and cause these evil forces to depart.
Ken Mallin has been exorcised twice now. He hopes this will be the last time.
The weird thing is, they said they weren't going to make any more Vicar of Dibley.
It's amazing what you have to do to get your kids into a Catholic school these days.
OK, your related question. Most people believe in the paranormal. True or false?
This is definitely true, isn't it? And it's normally old ladies who let their pets lick the inside of their mouth. Do you know what I mean? It lost me and a friend. My mum was a diabetic. I come downstairs, jam on the table. She's still with me, you know?
Do you think people believe in the paranormal?
No. I don't know, do you not?
think it's true.
I'll tell you who really winds me up is those psychic mediums. Supposedly the dead are giving them messages, but they give them the first letter of their name. If you were talking through a medium, you'd have more to say than, my name begins with B. Why would you do that? People are sitting in the audience going, he didn't even like charades when he was alive. Why is he doing this to them?
Jodie, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I actually saw a ghost.
You saw a ghost?
I did at my school. Apparently, half the schoolyard was put on top of a graveyard, and so there was all these stories of this white lady. And I swear to God, I saw her at the end of the corridor.
A white lady?
A white? Well, you just see like an apparition.
Did she say anything to you?
No, you just
Don't run in the corridor, Jodie!
Don't go in there, there's flour everywhere!
I had any kind of belief in the paranormal beaten out of me by years of Scooby-Doo. I suddenly realised one day, I think it was about the 400th episode, when I'd been led to believe that there was a ghost involved in the mischief that was afoot. It wasn't a ghost at all. After all, it was a very selfish and greedy man.
I think he might be rich.
Yeah, he could be.
You know when the guy
could
takes
be.
the mask off? It always looked a bit like you.
You
pesky kids.
I had that job for quite a few years.
I think what's
Then
more...
Mo, the bartender, opened up and I moved up. For a while in between, I had an out-of-money experience.
Do you think most people believe in the paranormal? True or false?
Most people don't, no.
What about Derek Acora? There's the one thing, every time I see that show, Most Haunted, I always think, how come every ghost, no matter where it's from in history or location around the world, has got a Scouse accent? He'd be like a 17th century monk. Hello, everybody. Mary loves dick. And all that. He loves that. That's his favourite phrase.
OK, so what do you think? Are you going to go true or false?
No, they don't. Most people don't believe.
OK, so you're going false, Jason?
Jodie, what do you think?
true.
You think true?
Yeah, I think true.
Let's go true.
OK, so you're going true, you're going false. I can tell you the answer is true. 58% of people believe in the paranormal. They're right. Paranormal is derived from the Greek para, meaning you're not, and normal, meaning normal. You're going to choose. Sean, what do you like the look of?
I like the little girl with the tongue... No, I mean, that sounds bad, doesn't it?
Can we just get social services on the phone, please? OK, all right, you've chosen the child. 20% of children have never seen what?
Is it their feet?
There's a lot of obesity about.
20% of children have never seen Santa Claus.
Most of them haven't.
Is it...
What?
He doesn't exist.
Oh, here we go again.
We'll wait to find out.
I had to tell my daughter that there was no such thing as a unicorn. And it's tough. But I wanted to prepare her for the future. You know, and things like Santa Claus. And then I hit a unicorn with my car. It was lying in my arms. And it looked up at me and it said, you know, Rich, I've never got to do the things with my life that I wanted to. And then it died. So I'd say unicorn.
Never seen the country.
That is the right answer. Yes, 20% of children have never seen the countryside. The only thing I don't like about the countryside is the people, the animals, the smell, the lack of amenities. Did I mention the people? When visiting the countryside, don't let your dog worry the sheep with financial news from the city. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points to Sean's team and 5 points to Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Biggest waste of time.
Oh, this buzzer.
Oh, is it going to buzz?
Clear Sean's...
The biggest waste of time would have to be debobbling jumpers. It's a waste of time because once a jumper's bobbled, that's it. It's always going to bobble. So the most you're going to get an hour without any bobbles on it. You get all the bobbles off, you think you've got a nice jumper again, and it just starts to bobble within, I'd say, less than an hour. It probably pretty much starts straight away. You can't see it. You can't see it. But it's happening all the time. They're just bubbling up. But that is the biggest waste of time. Just accept the fact, once it's bobbled, it's over.
Correct answer. Yeah.
Thank you. Great.
Is it phoning up to complain about something you've not seen or heard just because other people are doing it?
Oh, yes.
I think we made that point. Brushing of teeth before bed. I know it's good. I know there are some positives, but I don't think it really... There's something about breath in the morning. It seems to be unavoidable. It's just hideous. I mean, my wife brushes her teeth like... She gets like a toothpaste beard. I mean, she really goes for it. But in the morning, it's just unbelievable. I don't know... And it doesn't help that everything begins with H as well. Hello. How did you sleep?
I like the fact that you in the morning, you and your wife, hello, hello.
Sorry. How do you start the day with your wife?
Well, we share...
Get up!
No.
Get up!
Is it the record of achievement file you had at school? That burgundy folder, every teacher went, you'll need this forever. Have you ever been to one interview where they've asked for it? Never.
In fairness, yours was very good, and that's how you got this job.
That's it.
When you're leaving a message, they kept having to go through that, to listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. What is all this? I mean, it's like... People leaving a message, I'm not cutting an album. It's do people actually listen to it again? Do people do that? Do they go, darling, I'll be 5 minutes late. Do we need milk? OK, play it back. OK, let's go one more time on that. Do you know what other function winds me up? Is drafts. Who drafts text messages? Who works on a text message throughout the week? Who takes a country cottage going, I'm working on this text at the moment. I've been through several drafts. It's not ready.
Safety announcements on planes. Utterly pointless, isn't it? If he's going to crash, adopt the brace position, because when you're found dead, it'll look like you're trying to blow yourself.
What do you want, though? You don't want to get in a plane and they just go, let's go.
Is it buying Friends on DVD? It's on telly more than the news, isn't it?
All right, you're close with Friends.
Is it Waiting for Friends?
That's the right answer.
Oh,
The biggest waste of time is waiting for Friends. Friends are like buses. You wait ages for one to show up, and then they never do show up. You have to walk home alone in the rain. OK. Best thing about life in Britain.
Is it the moonlight glistening off a broken shopping trolley in a canal, reflecting off a dead dog's eyes?
It's almost like a Beatles lyric.
You're never more than 500 miles away from Stephen Fry. I met him once. It was like hanging out with Google.
Life in Britain is just brilliant. I mean, I don't know why, but people just love it. And you sense this when people go on holiday. We tend to book holidays for 2 weeks, but then we all have this theory that, well, 10 days would have been enough, you know? So we went for 2 weeks and we had a great time. The hotel was great and it was just fantastic. But, you know, after 10 days, you just want to get back to your shit life, don't you?
That's usually because you've found another British couple and they keep following you. You sort of make friends on the first 2 days and then you try and couple dump them for the rest of the time. Yeah, we'll meet you by the restaurant. Will we thought.
OK. Is it the incredibly high standards set by the BBC? I've been away.
Jodie, what do you think? What's the best thing about life in Britain?
I was about to say Strictly.
Yeah.
Oh, how's John Sargent still in it? He can barely walk. Rich, you live here and you...
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, you live here. What do you like about it?
No one says have a nice day to you, because it's not possible. Your dreams and your hopes and your optimism, all these great things that you have, and then you walk out of your house and a guy on a scaffold pees on your head.
I'll give you a clue. You can display them at the dinner table.
Your balls.
Your nuts, your silverware.
Table manners.
Table manners, yeah, good manners is the right answer, I'll give you that. Yes, the best thing about life in Britain is good manners, and that was a survey of contemporary Britain conducted in 1873. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Russell and Rich have 3 points, but the winners are Jason, Jodie and Michael with 6 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Rights.